Greetings from Zion Fellowship International. My name is Pastor Robert Tucker. I would like to share with you a series about reconnecting with your family. There is opportunity in confinement. In this time of uniting to limit the spread of the coronavirus, many of us have had to stay and work from our homes. For families, it can mean being confined to the same space 24/7. The constraints of physical confinement in a stressful time can bring fresh and unique challenges. Extroverts can find themselves cut off from desired social interaction, while introverts may find that they no longer have their desired personal space. Issues that have been swept under the carpet become more glaring, and old hurts and disappointments can resurface, placing a strain on our tolerance for one another. Yet I want to encourage us to see this time in a new light. It may actually be the perfect opportunity for us to reconnect with our families. In the Psalms, David says, "How good and pleasant it is for us to dwell together in unity." I am sure that this is the hope and the cry of many families, to have that peaceful and loving atmosphere in our homes. Yet this is something that we do need to work on. There's lessons we can learn from deep cleaning a home. If we hope to have a clean and inviting home to live in, we need to do regular deep cleaning and decluttering. This brings a newness to our homes. It is possible that we also need to do some spiritual deep cleaning so that the Lord can bring His blessing in our homes. What would this spiritual deep cleaning look like? It begins with allowing the Lord to show us wrong attitudes and reactions that we may have permitted to become part of our lives. When we are aware of the areas we need to work on, we can cry out to the Lord for grace to overcome these areas. We must keep the vision before us. We can learn some things about deep spiritual cleaning by considering what happens in the natural. When we deep clean a house, things always look much worse at the beginning. Everything is exposed, taken apart, and out of order. When my wife did deep cleaning, she found it very useful to have a vision of the ultimate end result to motivate her to persevere. Otherwise, it was easy for her to become discouraged. The same is true in our spiritual lives. The prophet Isaiah describes what it would take to bring in the glory of God. It involves much work. There is a tearing down and also a building up. The Bible tells us in Isaiah chapter 40, verses 3 through 5, "Prepare the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be lifted up, and every mountain and hill shall be made low. The uneven ground shall become level, and the rough places a plain. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it." When God does a deep cleaning, we can sometimes feel torn apart and in a state of chaos. That can be discouraging. However, we need to keep the vision. We do so by remembering that it is God's ultimate purpose not to destroy us, but to cleanse us so that we can reflect the beauty of Christ. In Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11, the Apostle Paul encourages us by saying, For the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness to those that have been trained by it. Keeping this goal before us can encourage us in the process. Another point is to take one thing at a time. Another thing that helped my wife in this process of cleaning is not to tackle every room at once. She would tackle one room a day so that we would not be totally overwhelmed. In the same way, the Lord is so gracious. If we will seek Him for direction, He does not show us 100 issues that need to be fixed, but He focuses on one issue at a time. In Isaiah 28:10, it says of the Lord, He tells us everything over and over, one line at a time, a little here and a little there. We need to keep in mind that humility attracts God's grace. How does spiritual deep cleaning work in a practical way? What is it that will open up the floodgates of heaven so that God's grace can transform areas of our lives? In James chapter 4 and verse 6, it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Therefore, we may need to confess to our loved ones things that we have done to hurt or to offend them, and ask for their forgiveness. This can be very painful, and it certainly deals a blow to our pride. But if we will begin to do so, it will encourage other members of our family to also begin to open their hearts and do likewise. In 1 John chapter 1, verse 7, the Bible tells us, but if we walk in the light as He is in the light, we have fellowship one with another. As we allow the Lord to bring things to the light and to cleanse us, He brings us into a deeper fellowship and communion one with another and with Him. Let us take the time to do some spiritual deep cleaning today. And as we do so, we will begin to see wonderful fruit in our families. We will continue our study next time on reconnecting with family. May the Lord bless you and keep you and make His face to shine upon you and give you His wonderful peace.